Hi, my name is Kat, and this is my kitten Kaylee, and she will be joining me for this check-in, my week 30 check-in. I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy on August 8th, 2018, and I had a high starting weight of 370 pounds, 5'5" and 47 um, for my starting stats. Um, and my program required me to lose 40 pounds before I could be assigned a surgery date. And my day of surgery, I was down actually 50 pounds. I did that by following my program as well as eating mostly a keto diet. Um, and that's kind of what I've been doing post-program. It follows fairly well with my program, my surgeon's program, or my surgery units program. Um, so, uh, and as of today, I am at 279.2, which means I'm down 0.8 pounds. And it's been a weird time. I've been up and down, from a high of 250 to a low of 248. So I've just sort of been going up and down those 2 pounds. Flying kitty. For kind of the last 2 weeks, maybe longer. I think it's been mostly the 2 weeks. I'm not upset. I could be eating better. But I'm not eating bad. I'm trying to dial it in. I decided to start adding collagen into my program, or into my calories. Like my program says no calorie drinks, so they don't want you drinking protein shakes to try to boost your protein. They don't want you to have any drinks that have any calories whatsoever after after like the stage 2, like after you get off liquids, they're like, okay, now you're not allowed to have any beverages that have more than 10 calories per, I think it's 10 calories per 8 ounces. And I occasionally break that with, I have a treat that I make for myself where I sort of flat a can of Zevia and mix it with a little bit of heavy whipping cream. It's sort of like, it feels a little bit like a milkshake, and it feels sweet, and but it has a little bit of, because it has the fat mixed into it, it has a satiant quality to it. So sometimes I'll do that for desserts. Not all the time, just sometimes. But for the collagen, I got a collagen powder, and I've been mixing it with, I started mixing it with almond milk, but there's a lot of carbs in almond milk. So I started mixing it with heavy whipping cream and water. Like I do like an ounce of heavy whipping cream and then 7 ounces of water, and then mix that all in with a little frother, one of those cheap frothers, which I hear you can get at IKEA now for fairly cheap, so I might get one for the office. But anyway, that but I've been hoping that collagen would help with skin elasticity, because I'm really hoping, like, I want to lose, this is not too bad. I've started to lose some chins. My husband said I lost my chins, but they're still there. But I'm really trying to keep this firm. I have a lot of weight underneath my arms. Are you coming back over? Okay. I think it's easier if I get her than she tries to jump, because she's still not, cats are very elegant and graceful, and she's not quite to that point yet. But So I'm hoping, I have less than loose skin than I thought I would in my belly, but I know I'm going to have some loose skin on my thighs. So I'm just like, you know what, if I start to use some collagen, and I'm also doing dry brushing because I've heard that that's good for your skin, and I'm also doing moisturizing and all of that, like throwing the whole eyelash in my eye. There we go. Maybe not, that may not have been it. Anyway, I I've been trying, just to throw a lot at it and see what's going on. I've been having, like everybody talks about hair loss. I've had some hair loss, not a major amount, like not as much as I think other people have, but I have been taking biotin for that purpose, like from the beginning. I've been taking biotin. Kitten. And there we go. Are you coming back? Are you coming back? You can stay there. I actually got, and it's completely stupid and lame, but it was like $15 on Amazon. I got a sweatshirt that has a pocket, so you can carry around your cat in the pocket. But my other cat really loved to have attention while I was working on the computer, and then hands on cat, and it's just not easy. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just do get this while she's small, and then she'll get used to it. And she can just sit in the pouch, so she can be near me, but she's not going to fall off my lap, and then I can pet her with one hand and still play. Or because usually I'm playing games, but sometimes, if I'm doing work, then at least I have one hand to do work. And I've had her in it a couple of times, and it's great. And it's a dorky looking sweatshirt, and it's still a little bit tight on me because I thought I'd rather get it a little small and have it get bigger than get it so it fits me now. But yeah, I put her in it, and it's got tassels that actually have, that are the whatever you call the drawstring for those have pom-poms at the end of it. She loves it. She just goes nuts for the pom-poms. So, hi, we're back. You let me know if you want to come over. So yes, I've been trying collagen and mixing it with a little heavy whipping cream to keep my carbs down, because that's important for me. I had such a disappointment. My husband and I love pizza, and I have been doing chicken crust pizza, and it's been, it's great, and when we do it, but it's just a hassle to make. So we haven't been making it a lot. I'll occasionally get crust pizza, frozen pizza, but it tastes like frozen pizza, which is not bad because sometimes, if you want something quick, great. But I had heard Pyology had cauliflower crust pizza, and I looked at it, and I thought it said 9 carbs per serving, and I'm like, serving's got to be 2 slices, right? No, it was 9 carbs per slice. So my husband and I both went and we got pizza, and it was really good, and did not taste like a cauliflower at all. So if you're just doing low carb, or if you don't care about your carbs so much, it was perfectly scrumptious. I mean, it wasn't yummy. It just was not there. And it was a nice, crisp delivery service for the cheese and other stuff, other toppings. So, my husband just devoured the whole pizza, and I had my 2 slices, and it was a little bit of a weird thing because it was one of the first times I was eating out with a friend. Like usually when I go out to eat, I'm just with my husband, so it doesn't really matter. So it was a time where somebody could notice how little I was eating, and but they didn't comment on it. I mean, we all got a pizza, the same size pizza. My husband ate all of his. I ate 2 slices of, yeah, it's an 8-slice pizza, and my friend ate half of hers. So half of it is what I probably would have normally eaten, but the fact that I ate half of what I would usually eat, she didn't comment on it, so I didn't bring it up. I just had my pizza. I was happy, and then less happy when I found out it was 18 carbs for that, and no fiber. It is like, it has brown rice in it, but it has no fiber. How do you do cauliflower and brown rice both have fiber in them? How do you manage to strip out the fiber? So anyway, it was tasty. It was, you know, too bad that it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I've been do doing my normal Chipotle leftovers for most of the week. I made a recipe for meatballs because my husband has been making hamburgers and they're good, but they're just too big. And he started making small hamburgers for me, but they're still just too big sometimes. Um, so I just sort of decided I'm gonna make meatballs. I don't have a recipe, so I just took a chunk of meat from Costco and I mixed it with quite a bit of Parmesan and egg, salt and pepper and Italian spices, and I just made them into meatballs, cooked them in the oven, uh, like 350 degrees for 11 minutes, and they're perfect. And they taste really good, and they're just, you know, like that. So 2 usually does it, 3 maybe. I have it with a little bit of cheddar and a little bit of sugar-free barbecue sauce. And it's just really good. It's just very tasty, and I feel full. Um, my husband always jokes that anything that I'm going to make that is um, like fat, you know, when I make fathead dough and I make the chicken crust pizza, it's like, yeah, you just take this and then you add Parmesan and an egg, and or you know, like it's fathead dough is mozzarella and an egg. So it's but it's good. I want to get back to eating just pure steak. I also made, I think, I don't know if I mentioned that I found, I had heard about and then located at Whole Foods black soybeans, which are like, I think it's just 1 net carb per half a cup of serving. And so I made some chili with the black carb. If you eat them, they do not taste, they have really no flavor and they don't really taste like black beans. They need seasoning. So I put them in chili. I made up a chili, and again, I just sort of did it. I put, you know, a can of Rotel in there, and a lot of chili seasoning and salt and pepper and some other stuff, um, and it tasted really pretty good. It's not, you know, like I've done other chilies where I've done just meat, and having a little beans, you know, it's nice. It gives it a little bit more texture. And it's nice because it's a protein as well as a starch, and that is a very low starch item. So I want to start stepping up my exercise, and I think I'm almost to the stage where I'm ready to do that. I'm trying to think if I had any non-scale victories. Don't really think so. I think this is just going to be a little bit of a short one today. I have been spending a lot of time taming Kaylee. You know, as soon as I get home, and in the morning I come in because she's not quite ready to wander the house freely because I have a fairly large house, and there's a lot of places for a kitten to get trapped and stuck. So what I ended up doing is I got this, which is a tile. And it's a tile tracker, and usually you put these on your keys or you put them on like a camera or something, anything you want to be able to locate if it goes missing, like I suppose even being stolen. So what I do is I put this on her, and it's got a silicone case because you know, she'll dip this in the water, and I've started not making her wear it all the time, because if she's in this room, she can be free. I don't care. I know she's in this room, but if she's in the whole house, I want to be able to find her. So what I do, hi, honey, is if I've lost her, oh, hi. What are we doing? All right. Do you know what you're doing? You do not know what you're doing. So when I want to find her, nope. I don't think you can see that. There's a little button that says Kaylee, which is what I named this. And it says that, you see, it says it's nearby. So I just, if it's nearby, if I hit find, it starts playing a little song. And she knows this song because she's worn it. But, and it will repeat until you find her. So, hi, you want to come over? Yes, yes. Mhm. So, the first time I let her out with and on, we just sort of lost track of her, and I went to try to find her, and I thought she was in this one room, and I turned on the tracker, and I could not hear it. She said it was nearby, so I walked into another room, and I could start hearing it. She'd gotten all the way upstairs and under our bed, which is fairly far for a little kitten. Um, I mean, she can book. She is a runner, and getting her back into this room at night um, is a little bit of a trial. But for now, she's going to wear the tracker when she second night she had it on. She managed to lose her collar, and I didn't realize she'd lost her collar until the next morning or the next evening, and she'd been out, and I grabbed her to put her back in, and I guess I must have knocked the collar off because when I went to go look for the collar, figuring she'd lost it inside the office. No, it was outside the office, and I found it. But the lucky thing is, I'll always be able to find the tile because it makes noise. Cassie, my other cat, she ditched her collar, and still have no clue where that collar is. So probably never will until we move all of the furniture, because I'm sure she was underneath something when she lost it. But yeah, Kaylee's gonna be wearing the tracker until I feel safe about her being free in the house completely. And she likes to run up and down the hall. She has discovered that there is a loop, like a hallway and then a couple of rooms put together make this lovely racetrack. And she's gone around the racetrack several times. So yeah. But now I realize that it has gone on. I have almost made this a normal 20-minute video, which is my goal. I think my goal is more 5 minutes. But I'm being a good girl, and I'm going to support group where I will not say that I do keto. But I do find it helpful. As much as like when I come back home, I'm like, I didn't learn anything. But sometimes it's nice just to be in a room of people who know, because my husband knows, and one friend of mine knows because she had the surgery, and I feel her being open about the surgery made me feel comfortable having it. But at the same time, I have not been open about having the surgery. But she wasn't open for basically 2 years. She actually just had skin removal surgery, so I hope she's healing well. And it's nice to have somebody, going ahead and having those things before you do, in order to, be okay with it. But yeah, it's nice to go to the support group and be around people who have had the same thing that you have and are having the same experience or will have the same experience. So even though I don't always feel like it is the most useful thing of my use of my time, I am trying to become a regular. I am trying to make it that I go more often than not. And I am going to get my stuff together and get to support groups. So, third bottle of water, which is good because I've been having a little bit of trouble with it, but third bottle of water. All right, see ya.